don't miss the biggest nights in MMA. PFL is more than a fight.
To score a goal like that, you could see what it meant to me personally.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my!
Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
Fight Week on DAZN is non-stop action. Access all areas of the biggest fights, even before the bell rings.
I hope you guys enjoy this fight as much as I will.
That's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that! The drama keeps continuing, Sally.
This is just brilliant.
This is boxing. This is life. It's not joking.
No politics, no fluff, just first to glory and a little bit of history. Cheers to that.
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent.
That is tremendous.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going. Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready. The fight starts now! Let's go.
How do you like it? On the show. So aggressive, so focused. It all comes down to this. The corner knockdown. Still the undisputed champion of the world.
Media Workout, live on DAZN. Hey, Todd Grisham here in the center of the boxing universe. Yes, I'm in Riyadh in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. You know, they say you can't play boxing, which is true, except for tonight. It's the open workouts. Come out, smile for the cameras, shoe shine a little bit, bounce off the ropes, look good. Get ready for the big fight night on Saturday night. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. We're going live with the open workouts here on DAZN.
Live only on DAZN, November 22nd, the Ring 4. 4 world title fights in 4 different divisions. David Benavidez, the undefeated Mexican monster, defends against London's own Anthony Yarde. Devin Haney moves up to challenge Brian Norman Jr. Bam Rodriguez looks to unify against Fernando Martinez. It's the night of the champions. The Ring 4, November 22nd. Watch only on DAZN.
You are looking live at Boulevard City here in Riyadh in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. What a lovely night. The weather is absolutely tip-top. Perfect for tonight's open workouts, as you'll get to see 17 of the 18 fighters being represented. I'll tell you why one's missing in just a second, but he's not missing. Sergio Mora is here alongside Mike Coppinger. Bam Rodriguez will not be showing his stuff tonight. That's because right now his wife is in labor in Texas. He's watching on FaceTime, so good luck and well wishes to one of the best fighters in the world. Sergio, would you have been at home with your wife, or would you have been around the world trying to make money too?
Around the world, taking the payday, but congratulations, Bam, and congratulations on your future Bambino.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, last night it was the grand arrivals. Let's show you what the guys look like. Mike, anything from last night that caught your attention, got you excited about the fights this Saturday?
I think it's David Benavidez when he was up with us on the stage, right? How confident he is. He's saying, right, he told us he's going to take over those two big holidays, May and September, from Canelo Alvarez.
How about Bam Rodriguez? I mean, the fight that he's going to have with Fernando Martinez. A lot of Argentinians, they're passionate about boxing. They want to support a future champion or a champion. This is the fight that I'm excited about. Of course, Norman, Haney, so many top to bottom. Yeah, pick one.
I think Brian Norman has kind of had a coming out party for this fight week. He's been a little shy, timid, humble in the past, but this week he's been anything but, telling anybody that will listen what he's going to do to Devin Haney.
I don't think you would call a monster like Brian Norman shy. I mean, I think he's been relishing this opportunity. You know, the lights, the cameras, being able to talk his talk and walk the walk. We know he can punch. Now we know he can sell a fight. Brian Norman's done a hell of a job.
Right, and I think, Tal, you make a great point, though. I think Brian Norman's really taken this opportunity to showcase his personality, make himself a bigger star. But now, of course, on Saturday night, he's going to have to show it in the ring and deliver. He said he's going to score a knockout. He's going to need to, probably. I don't think he's beating Devin Haney on the scorecards.
All right, well, this is certainly a proving ground for young talent. A good opportunity for them to shine here and in what has become the boxing capital of the world. Let's take a look at our fight card, ladies and gentlemen. It's 4 fights on the main card, 5 undercard fights. We'll see all those fighters here in action in just a minute. We'll kick things off Saturday night with Abdullah Mason taking on Sam Noakes for the WBO lightweight world title. Bam Rodriguez, who will hopefully be the father of 2 children by then, taking on Fernando Martinez. Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney in the main event. David Benavidez and Anthony Yarde for the WBC and WBA light heavyweight world championships. Without further ado, let's get this party started. And for that, we go into the ring, our master of ceremonies, Mr. Thomas Triber.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the open workout for the Ring 4 Night of the Champions. This Saturday, November 22nd, from A&B Arena in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We would first like to give a special thank you to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority and the Saudi Boxing Federation, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. This event is being brought to you by Riyadh Season, Sella, Ring Magazine, Frank Warren for Queensberry, and Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing. In association with Bob Arum for Top Rank Incorporated, Samson Boxing, Warriors Boxing, Devin Haney Promotions, and AY Promotions, along with their premium partners, Saudi Tourism Authority, STC, Saudi National Bank, Dr. Suleiman Al Habib Medical Group, and Saudia. Their strategic partners, Meyer United, Arroyo Cruises, Sadia, Lucid Motors, SHG, and Azure. And their main partners, Pepsi and Arena Fitness Innovation, and their commercial partner, Prime. A big thanks to those great partners. A reminder, ladies and gentlemen, that this great event will be broadcasted live, worldwide, exclusively on DAZN by now at DAZN.com. Let's now get the open workout started. Our first 2 fighters competing Saturday in a scheduled 4-round bantamweight contest. First, we will welcome to the ring, coming to us from Bwaise, Uganda. His professional record, 1 win, 1 defeat, and 1 draw. Let's welcome Parker Mando Ssewanyana.
So a good opportunity for this young fighter to shine. Sergio, we know how the game works. This guy was brought here not to win, but to lose and to make his opponent look good. What's his mentality need to be as he gets set to step in the ring right now for his open workout?
The B-side mentality. I mean, that's the hunger mentality. You know what you're being brought here for. You know, you gotta shut everyone up, shut the promoter up, and you gotta prove yourself. Every fighter looks forward to this opportunity. Of course, they want to be the A-side, but not everyone could be that. All right, so there's a big opportunity for Barker to do just that.
Well, Sergio, you had a lot of times when you were the A-side, right? You won the contender. Did you ever feel bad for the guys that you were going to beat up?
You know what, Mike? I was the B-side more than the A-side. Before that reality show, I was the B-side, and I love this opportunity to be facing the guys that are supposed to win. Even the colors of the corner. I don't know if you guys know this, but normally there's a winning corner and a losing corner, blue and red, everything else. Usually, you want to be the winning corner.
Well, you control your own destiny in the fight game. And let's see if Barker Ssewanyana can pull off the upset. He'll be the first fight right out of the gates. He'll be taking on Juan El Guerito, who'll be making his professional debut. So, hey, we don't know exactly what Guerito's going to do. And even though Barker's only had 3 fights, that's invaluable experience.
No, it really is. And you can see it right now. I mean, loose shadow boxing. You can tell a lot with a fighter shadow boxing. You see all the snap in his punch, the technique. You know, right now you can see that he has long arms. You know, elbows stick out. You know, he's a little square. But I don't think he's looking to shadow box and impress anyone. He's actually looking to intimidate everyone.
He's coming after.
Slash. I think they banned that in the NFL years ago for those American football fans. And he's flexing in there. I don't think he's here to shadow box. Yeah, that's Sergio Mora B-side mentality.
Look at him. But I don't have those muscles. That's a Hulk Hogan pose right there.
Speaking of WWE stars, we have to bring up Kamala, who's from Uganda.
Legends, absolute legends.
You got to, boxing gives so many great opportunities. I mean, think about this. This guy would probably have never left the country of Uganda his entire life, but here he is being flown to Asia, fighting in the boxing capital of the world on worldwide television, and he is letting it show right now.
And can you imagine how those pictures, all those photographers, you know, those pictures are going to go all around the world. And that man right there with that mean mug and those muscles, they're going to have their day in the sunshine.
Don't talk over Thomas Triber ever again. Do you understand me? Show him some class, respect.
And now let's welcome to the ring from Mexico City, Tepito, Mexico. He had a stellar amateur career, and now at just 16 years of age, he makes his professional boxing debut. Let's welcome Juan El Guerito de Tepito.
Can you translate that for us, Sergio?
Juan El Guerito de Tepito. I mean, a Guerito means a little blonde boy, you know, and it's Tepito, that Tepito from the area he's from, the town he's from.
And what is that area of Mexico known for? Is it a popular area?
No, it is not.
Man, I gotta say,
it's not a tourist area.
I've been to a couple of cities in Mexico now. I was actually in Guadalajara for Canelo's beatdown of John Ryder. That is a crazy boxing city, and obviously amazing food. And you see Juan right there. He's with Jose Benavidez Sr., David Benavidez's father, and his trainer.
What about Tijuana? Tell us a little bit about Tijuana.
I haven't been to Tijuana. I'm sure you have, Todd.
If you go there, you may never come back, so be careful.
Hey, listen, I can tell you the main cities for boxing: Tijuana, Mexicali, Guadalajara, of course Sinaloa, and Los Mochis. I mean, there's so many. There's a hotbed in so many cities that are proud boxing cities. That's one of them.
Cancun is getting
no, it's not.
But they host a lot of big events.
Yeah, they
You're thinking of your high school, college days. No, Cancun is not a boxing city just yet.
Yeah, that's the rematch. Tevin Farmer.
Tevin Farmer, you're right. Yeah. Well, Sergio, this guy is making his pro debut. From what you've seen, what do you expect?
Quick hands. He's going to want to go out there and use those quick hands, but I love the way he's hitting the mitts. You know, he's not overloading on those punches. I love seeing that with young kids. Normally, you want to shine and try to punch the mitts as hard as possible. But with these flappy mitts, you got to use technique and speed instead of power. You know, the harder you try to punch those mitts, the more you're going to fall off balance and look clumsy. So I like what I see.
Mike, you've been covering boxing for a long time. when you're trying to cultivate a superstar, there's certain things he has to do in the ring, especially in his early fights. He's got to look good, he's got to show personality, and he's got to get stoppages.
Absolutely. I mean, the stoppages is key. You know, you're not fighting guys that are there to go the distance, right? And pro debut, I believe he's only 16 years old. You look at his face, he looks like a boy. And in the U.S., you usually have to be 18. They will give special exemptions.
Juan El Guerito de Tepito.
Is he just not going to use his last name? He's just going to go with the moniker. I love it. Thomas Schreiber just going straight for the nickname. Guerito de Tepito.
A lot of Asian fighters do that as well, you know.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a reminder that Ring 4 Night of Champions is available to buy now on DAZN.com/boxing. This event included as part of our new Ultimate Package subscription offer that includes over 180 fight nights and a minimum of 12 pay-per-view events for one annual fee. And with so many mega cards set to be announced in 2026, this is the best value for money package for the ultimate boxing fan. Back down to Thomas.
Our next two fighters competing Saturday in a scheduled 4-round super featherweight contest. Let's first welcome to the ring from Mapusa, India. His professional record, 3 wins, just 1 defeat, and 1 draw. Here is Umesh Chavan.
Umesh Chavan from India. We talked about this last night, Mike. If somehow India can get a world-recognized boxing star from that country, they're going to go berserko. And there's billions and billions of Indian fans.
Yeah, Matt, you have to imagine it's going to happen at some point, right? There's been a lot of attempts, and this is the latest attempt to build a champion from India, and they're going to need one that has a lot of personality, has a lot of charisma, and can score a knockout, right?
That's the thing about, you know, starting in boxing. Getting the knockouts is really hard. That's the reason, you know, Chavan hasn't got a knockout, because they're good on their feet. They have excellent 1-2 punching, in and out style, but they don't know how to turn their punches just yet. They don't know how to, you know, to really turn that hit. They don't know how to ground their feet. They don't know how to do a lot of things just yet, because they're learning on the job. But there's no better way to get better than actually doing it on the job, you know, in professional boxing.
And you look at his hand speed compared to what we just saw from Juan Carlos Guerito, it's miles apart.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are having fun out here, right? And you got this great DJ playing house classics. I think this song was big when I was in college.
Looks like Mike Coppinger in Ibiza.
Well, you can see something right now. He's light on his feet, and that's what you see with a lot of these Indian fighters. A lot of these fighters that started late, that come from countries that, you know, boxing's not really a hotbed. It's footwork, and little do they know that the professional game is slowing things down. It's being a little bit more, not flat-footed, but getting some oomph behind your punch, and that takes torque.
He'll be taking on Sultan Almohammed, who fights out of Saudi Arabia, of course, and the fans will be certainly cheering for him. So for Umesh Chavan, he doesn't want this to go to the scorecards. He wants to try and get a KO, but you wonder if he's got the power. The feet look slow, the hands look slower.
Thank you very much to Umesh Chavan.
Big Chicago Bulls fan, apparently. They love Michael Jordan around the world.
And now let's welcome to the ring, from right here, Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. At 17 years of age, he is now undefeated as a professional with 1 victory. Here is Sultan Almohammed.
Every time I hear the name Sultan, I think of the Sultan of SWAT, Babe Ruth. Did you know that was his nickname?
He has a lot of nicknames,
yeah,
doesn't he?
Dick Bambino, one of them.
Yeah. Sultan, I know what Sultan means, though. That's actually royalty, right?
Mike, you're smarter than both of us.
That could be a good nickname for Coppinger here, the Sultan.
The Sultan of writing.
Sultan, another great WWE wrestler from your time, maybe, Todd. The Sultan.
I don't remember him. No?
He used the camel clutch, just like the Iron Sheik.
Well, I didn't know the great Khali, who's from India.
Punjabi prison matches.
Oh, man, those were the worst. He's going to jump rope. Sergio, how much rope did you jump in your heyday?
I love jump rope because I saw one of my idols, Roberto Duran, who was a master at jump roping. I mean, the tricks that he can do, I attempted, I couldn't do. Jump rope is actually one of the best workouts. Everyone always asks me, how do you lose weight? Jump rope. It's the easiest thing.
And they were great in the Rocky movies. That was always in the fight scene, the training. Yeah. He always did the rope.
It's coordination, it's rhythm, it's speed, it's footwork. It's an excellent workout.
The best I've ever seen on the rope, though, is probably Floyd Mayweather or Brian Viloria.
Brian Viloria actually is probably the best I've ever seen. Teofimo Lopez is awesome, too.
He's great, yeah.
Didn't know we'd be breaking down jump ropers tonight, but I'm here for it.
We'll let him shadow box and we'll start critiquing that, Grisham.
You know, it just goes to show you how much influence Mexican fighters have on these boxers. Sultan's nickname El Nino, Sergio, and it's not the weather pattern that he's talking about, is it?
Well, I'm going to give you some trivia here. I don't know if it's El Nino or El Nino. El Nino means kid. Nino means godfather in Spanish, so it could be either one.
I'm gonna guess kid.
Is it the kid or the godfather?
It would just, the only difference is the umlaut over the N, right?
There you go, that little line over there.
Yeah. Is that what it's called? The little line?
No, it's called Enye. Enye.
Well, the N has it over it, so that's El Nino.
Yeah. And look, Sultan Almohammed already fought on a big stage, fought in September on the Canelo Crawford undercard in Vegas. So, again, he's one of two fighters that His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh is trying to build into a champion, into Saudi Arabia's first champion. Obviously, there's a lot of fights here now. Now they need a champion here.
Thank you very much to Sultan El Nino Almohammed. Our next two fighters competing Saturday in a scheduled 6-round super featherweight contest. Let's first welcome to the ring, coming to us from Zhuhai, China. His professional record, 7 wins, 5 defeats. 4 of his 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Jiaming Li.
Here comes Jiaming Li. We were talking last night about famous fighters from China. I said Zhang Li, of course, the Big Bang. You mentioned Zhu Shiming. Don't forget about Zhu Can. So China with a few fighters, but they've certainly not reached the peak of possibly where they could be if that country got fully invested in the sweet science.
Yeah, Todd, they're still waiting for their first big star. Zhu Shiming, had a very brief stint as a title holder, and of course, Big Bang Zhang was on a pretty good run there, but he's in his 40s now, coming off of that knockout loss to Guy Caballel. Zhu Can was a fun fighter. That guy threw like over 1,000 punches multiple times.
Yeah, I love calling Zhu Can's fights. I mean, he was just a whirlwind of punches. But if these fighters want to develop and really learn the professional skills that it takes to be a champion, they got to slow things down. Throw less punches, throw the right punches. Concentrate on technique, concentrate on speed instead of overloading on power. These are all things that Lee's going to have to pick up, on experience doing it in the ring.
He's got that wide foot stance, Sergio. What does that usually tell you about a fighter?
It depends. I had a wide foot stance. Felix Trinidad, wide feet. Roy Jones Jr., wide feet. These are great fighters. But a lot of Mexican fighters have a close stance because they generate more power. That's a fallacy. I think it's with athleticism you can get away with wide feet.
Thank you very much to Jiaming Li. And now let's welcome to the ring from right here, Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Undefeated with 6 wins. He has 1 win by knockout. Let's welcome mighty Mohammed Alakel.
Well, Mike, you know this fighter very well. A lot of promise, a lot of upside for him.
Yeah, and he's a real hard worker. I mean, you have to be right when you're training with Abel Sanchez in Big Bear. You have to run mountains, the altitude, and he's a real taskmaster. So Mohammed Alakel, and what is that? Is that a custom Raiders jersey?
Yeah, who is that? Number 25.
No, it's his Alakel on the back. So
okay,
I like it.
I'm not a Raider fan.
No,
I'm one of the only guys from LA.
I was gonna say
I'm one of the only Latinos from LA that don't like the Raiders.
How did the Raiders not go back to LA? They're in Vegas. Come on.
Crazy, but
they're not with the Rams or Chargers.
But I love that both of the Saudi fighters taking off the jump rope in the ring. So
yeah, light feet, man. I love seeing light feet.
And there you see Abel Sanchez in the corner behind him. Obviously guided Triple G to becoming one of the all-time great middleweights and a host of other fighters.
How about Triple G saying today that he's not perhaps done fighting? He might have one more fight left in him if he doesn't win the presidency of the World, I believe, Boxing Association.
I hate seeing that. You know, you retire, you've accomplished everything. He didn't look great at the end. Stay retired.
Especially with all that money he made towards the end of his career. Normally, it's the opposite. Fighters need the paydays. He made $100 million plus towards the end of his career. Stay retired if you're Triple G.
Nah, come back for one more. Come back for one more.
Yeah, one more against Jake Paul. Why not? Everyone's fighting Jake Paul nowadays.
Many ideas.
There you go.
But you know, it's so hard for these guys to really get it right. I mean, Joe Calzaghe and Lennox Lewis are two of the only guys I could think of that actually stepped away at the right time.
Yeah, it's not easy to do. And those that when a boxer announces his retirement, it's almost like, yeah, okay, Motley Crue's going to stop touring in 1995. You're going to come back for another 34 tours. We don't believe you for a second. Sergio, did you ever officially retire? Did you ever say I'm done?
No, not really.
You want to do it right now?
I didn't want to close that chapter in my career and my life and big part of me. So I still don't want to close that chapter. I'm scared of it.
Thank you very much to the undefeated, mighty Mohammed Alakel.
We're here with Mo, and look at this, the first opportunity after coming from the U.S. What did you show us today that was different from the other times that you've been here before?
I mean, more experience, more rounds, sparring, and looking forward to putting on a good show.
And this is exciting. You're here in front of your people, looking forward to a good, solid win. But what else do you want to prove?
That there's talented boxers here in Saudi, and more than 2 days to go, and I'll show that.
And that's why we have Abel Sanchez, creator of amazing talent, very, very well versed on what it is to make a talent, make a champion. What makes Mo different?
I think the fact that they want to commit to you. As a coach, you always want a fighter to make sure that they give you 100%. And if they give you 100%, we can teach a lot of things, but we can't to somebody that's unwilling.
Well, we know for a fact that you took some time off and you came back, and now Big Bear is open. Yes. And I want to know how his experience was, being in a place where you've created outstanding talent.
I think the fact that it's up in the mountains and it's isolated from everybody, they're having a good time because we're only training a couple hours a day. We're running in the morning, but they don't have any time to do any other things. So they're concentrating on their business, and I think that's what His Excellency was expecting from them.
There you go. Just real quick, how was that experience up in Big Bear?
Yeah, it's good. It's hard work, and I'm enjoying it, so yeah.
We look forward to seeing great results. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Mo.
Our next two fighters competing Saturday in a scheduled 6-round super middleweight contest. Let's first welcome from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. His professional record consists of 11 wins, 4 defeats, 1 draw. 5 of his 11 wins come by way of knockout. Here is Pius Mpenda, JR9.
JR9, Pius Mpenda from Tanzania. Sergio, could you find that country on a map?
Probably, yes.
Really?
I'm pretty good with geography, Todd.
And
yes.
Where is it? What countries does it border? Because I don't know.
Well, if you show me what continent, I might pick it out.
It's not North America, I know that. Pius Mpenda, big moment for him. And this guy doesn't seem to lack any confidence, Mike. We saw yesterday he's very excited to be here and believes he can pull off the upset.
Yeah, look, if you're going to be fighting, right, you should believe in yourself and believe that you could pull off the upset. And we've seen stranger things happen before, right?
This Mpenda is going to be fighting an undefeated fighter. This is the first time he's fighting a fighter with a really good record. I'm curious to see what he's going to do against a fighter that's not accustomed to losing. That's when you're going to really tell what kind of talent you really have.
I mean, he pivots pretty well. Look at that.
Yeah.
Pivoting in there. The hands look pretty fast. Physique is on point. That's like your physique, right, Sergio?
Muscles don't win fights, Mike. Muscles don't win
fights. It's not a bodybuilding contest.
I bet he's got strong neck muscles carrying that bling around. Whoa!
Thank you to Pius Mpenda, GR9.
Okay, guys, a quick reminder, Ring 4 Night of Champions available to buy now on DAZN. And this event included as part of the Ultimate Package. The brand new subscription offer includes 180 fight nights and a minimum of 12 pay-per-view events for just one annual fee. So many mega cards set to be announced in 2026. This is the best value for money for the Ultimate Boxing fan.
And now let's welcome to the ring from Hermosillo, Sonora, Mexico, undefeated with 13 wins. 9 of his 13 wins come by way of knockout. Let's welcome Julio Porras Ruiz.
Mike, getting back to that Ultimate Package on DAZN, so many big cards have already been announced for 2026. Which one are you most looking forward to?
2026, well, we haven't announced any pay-per-views yet for 2026, but of the cards that have been announced, I really like that Rey Muratalla Andy Cruz fight January 24th. Andy Cruz, Olympic gold medalist from Cuba, and Rey Muratalla going to be his first title defense. I think it's going to be a really good fight.
Navarrete, Sugar Nunes. That has to be my favorite Mexican showdown. Someone's going down and going down hard. These are two big punchers. Excellent fight.
And also a fight that won't be on pay-per-view. Raul Curiel back against Alexis Rocha in a rematch. Sergio, that might have been one of the best fights we've ever been ringside for.
Man, I love that fight. I love the fact that they're doing it again. I mean, Alexis Rocha, man, he does not turn down fights. He fights the absolute best. What a warrior. And Curiel, maybe the second time around, you know, he can do a little bit better off of Rocha.
That is January 17th on the West Coast. And Sergio, we mentioned this yesterday. You were talking about used to Mexicans were known for the smaller weight classes. Welterweight was about as big as they got. Now, of course, Canelo Alvarez breaking barriers, Zurdo Ramirez, and here we have another super middleweight in the ring.
Yeah, El Diamante here. Yeah, tall, you know, long arms, good technique. But if you notice, no matter how tall they are, they always bend their legs. That's responsible of fighting on the inside. Mexicans love fighting on the inside, looking for that liver shot. But everything's off of technique. They don't rely on the speed. They don't rely on the footwork. They rely on technique and punch placement.
Yeah, look, it's going to be a busy night for Jose Benavidez Sr. You see him in the ring there. Now, obviously, he has David Benavidez in the main event. So Juanito, right? Earlier, and Julio Porras. So triple duty.
A lot of Mexicans on the card. Mexican-Americans. You've got Benavidez. You've got Bam Rodriguez. You have Porras. You have the Mexican from earlier with the nickname, was it Tepita?
El Güero from Tepito. El Güero de Tepito.
So boxing alive and well in Mexico.
Yeah, it's a style that's really popular internationally. That's why a lot of Japanese fighters travel to Mexico and, you know, get sparring, and it's a beautiful style to learn.
Thank you very much to Julio Diamante Porras Ruiz. Our next two fighters competing Saturday in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the WBO Global and vacant WBC Continental Americas Middleweight Championships. We will first welcome the challenger, a native of Lagos, Nigeria, now fighting out of Novara, Italy. Undefeated with 21 wins, 5 wins come by way of knockout. Here is the former WBC International Silver Champion, Samuel the Black Panther Nmomah.
The Black Panther, born in Nigeria, now living and training out of Italy. That's where all of his fights have taken place. Guys, Nigeria has produced a pretty darn good boxers, but almost exclusively in the heavyweight division. I'm putting you on the spot. You go first. Name me a famous Nigerian heavyweight.
I cannot think of one right now.
F.A. Ajagba, currently in the Ring Magazine rankings, top 10, coming off of that fight with Martin Bakoli in May.
Samuel Peter.
I was about to say Samuel Peter.
Abi Abuchi. Remember him?
The president, of course.
Yeah, with this war with David Tua, one of my favorite fights. Of course, his career got a little derailed. But
how could I forget the Nigerian Nightmare? That's the guy that was on my tip of my tongue.
Of course, Anthony Joshua, born to Nigerian parents in England. But it's good to see a Nigerian in a smaller weight class trying to make a name for himself. And what an opportunity for him. He'll be taking the ring right before the main card starts.
Yeah, and Sergio, you just mentioned Japanese fighters, training with Mexican trainers. We have Junso Nakatani, who's right now in Los Angeles with Rudy Hernandez, getting ready for the Ring 5, December 27th. He's fighting a Mexican too, Sebastian Hernandez, trying to set up a fight next year with the Monster, who fights in the main event.
So many similarities in the way they think, the way they fight, the heart, their spirit. Japanese and Mexicans are kindred spirits in the ring. They really are, and that's the reason they have respect for each other.
21 wins, but only 5 KOs. So look for Nmomah to be going for a points win tomorrow night as he faces Vito Mielnicki Jr.
Yeah, 5 straight decisions for Samuel here, but he relies on staying on the outside, keeping his range, using his height. These are all things that a fighter that's almost 6 foot wants to do. Stay on the outside, use his advantages.
Thank you very much to the challenger, Samuel the Black Panther Nmomah.
How about Henry Akinwande? Remember him?
Of course.
Oh, there you go.
Look at you.
a late cheer from the cheap seats.
And now let's welcome to the ring from Roseland, New Jersey, USA. He brings a professional record of 21 wins, just 1 defeat, 12 wins come by way of knockout. Ranked number 6 by the WBO, he is the reigning and defending WBO Global Middleweight Champion, Vito White Magic Mielnicki Jr.
Sergio, we were watching a couple of his fights together earlier tonight. Man, this guy can be really dangerous.
I love Mielnicki. I like the fact that I remember him earlier in the PBC days, and I remember watching him coming up as a 4-round fighter, 6-round fighter. He always carried confidence. He always had this swag about him, like he knows he belongs, like he's going to be a future champion. And he has 1 loss, but he really should be an undefeated fighter, losing a split decision. This is a guy that still has a high ceiling, and I'm glad he's getting an opportunity. Mielnicki's one of these guys that I think he's bound to win a world title.
And you see him with Ronnie Shields, training out of Houston, one of the best trainers in the game. Worked with Jamal Charlo, Arizon De Lara, and of course Mike Tyson for a stint.
In his 9th pro fight, he suffered that majority decision loss to James Martin. He was only 18 at the time. Beat him in the rematch. Had his first competitive bout when he was 7 years old. He said his father doctored his paperwork so they'd let him get in the ring.
Yeah, his father's a promoter out of New Jersey. Colorful character.
4-time Junior National Golden Gloves champion, 2-time ringside world champion, had well over 100 amateur bouts. This guy born and bred to be a professional boxer. Now he's on one of the biggest stages possible, the Ring 4 card. Mike, what does a win for him Saturday night do for his career?
I think it just, keeps Vito on track. Everyone has high hopes for Vito. He has big personality, and a big following in New Jersey, being half Italian and half Polish, hitting both of those big communities there. So I expect a big 2026 for him.
Sergio, he's currently rated number 6 by the WBO, 18th by the WBC. But man, when you're rated number 6, win 1 or 2 more fights, you could find yourself in a world title fight.
That's what I just said. I could see this fighter, Mielnicki, getting an opportunity really quick, especially when you have a great trainer in your corner like Ronnie Shields. Ronnie doesn't waste his time with fighters that aren't going to be champions or championship potential, and that's what he sees in Vito.
Not to mention, middleweight division, one of the weakest weight classes, Sergio, right, in all of boxing. You have Janabek Alimkhanli at the top of the division, unifying next month with Arizlan Dilar. You have Carlos Adames, but outside of that, it's really slim picking, so it's not going to take much to make a noise.
Yeah, when it comes to middleweight division, it's always the glamour division. You know, they have the speed of lightweights and the power of bigger fighters, but right now, yeah, we're lacking some big talent, but there's an opening for Vito Mielnicki to do something and pick up a title and make a name for himself.
Thank you very much to the defending champion, Vito White Magic Mielnicki Jr.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for our undercard. Coming up next, we'll see the main card fighters. There are 4 fights, 8 fighters, although Bam Rodriguez not here tonight. We'll explain why here in just a minute. But right now, head over to the locker room at DAZN.com at your leisure to check out all of the exclusive content in the build-up this fight week.
The Locker Room, the new home of DAZN's boxing content. All your big hitters, all in one place.
I am not going to stop until I am pulled off of this guy.
Daniel, don't disrespect me. Daniel, don't disrespect me. I personally think you're a bit of a don't really like you.
Welcome on board the rivalry line.
I do not want to be average. I fear being average.
More exclusive content than ever before.
You look at that blood, you remember what's coming.
Welcome to Inside the Ring, boxing's official show of record. I'm your host, Max Keller.
Where boxing lives, breathes, and never stops.
I never thought being with Matchroom I'd be doing stuff like that.
Weekly content from all your favourite creators, promoters, and influencers. The Locker Room, only on DAZN, the global home of boxing.
Our main event stars come together across the face-off table, delivering their raw, unfiltered thoughts on each other as they make their final predictions before fight night. And then you can go behind the ropes for an exclusive all-access look inside Devin Haney's intense Colorado training camp in the latest installment of our On the Ground series. Super flyweight champ Jesse Bam Rodriguez takes to the streets with the one and only Showbiz the Adult to reveal what truly makes the champion tick. See it all only on DAZN.com.
At DAZN, it's game on. Watch every Serie A match this season. Hear the Tifosi roar. Derby days like no other. Where football is faith in Europe's toughest division. Plus, highlights from La Liga and Bundesliga.
Absolutely magnificent.
And relive iconic moments with FIFA Plus. All in one place all season long. Watch now on DAZN.
All right, time to get up and close and personal with our 4 main event fighters. There's 8 of them. Here's Thomas Trotter.
Our next 2 fighters competing Saturday in a scheduled 12-round contest, and it will be for the vacant WBO Lightweight Championship of the World. Let's first welcome to the ring, from Maidstone, Kent, England, undefeated with 17 wins, 15 of his 17 wins come by way of knockout. Ranked number 8 by Ring Magazine, he is the former British and European champion. Let's welcome Sam Midge Noakes.
Sam Noakes with his first ever world title opportunity. And he would probably say Abdullah Mason's the perfect opponent for me, and Mason would probably say Noakes is the perfect opponent for me.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, it's one of those rare fights you have where both guys are stepping up, way up in class for the first time. Both Mason and Noakes, you look at their resumes, no real noticeable names on the ledgers.
But I love the style matchup. Noakes, both of them have power, but Noakes comes behind heavy hands. It comes up, on the front foot. He's always giving physical pressure. He wants to go for the knockout, beat you down. When it comes to Mason, it's behind speed, long punches, that southpaw stance, wicked punch variation. Watch out for the uppercuts, watch out for the left hand. Noakes, he's going to be in front of you, so it's going to be a physical fight.
Sergio, I'm not sure if you know the odds for this fight or not, but if you were handicapping it, what would you set the line at for Noakes versus Mason?
Look, when it comes to a power puncher and a fast fighter, I'm always going to favor speed. So I'm going to favor speed on this one. That's Mason.
Mason, a 4.5-to-1 favorite over Sam Noakes.
There you go.
What impresses you the most about Sam Noakes, Mike?
Like you said, it's that power jab, and he has a powerful right hand behind it too. I think he's going to be the more physical, stronger guy in there. But like Sergio said, Mason's really flashy, and a lot of people have him pegged as a potential pound-for-pound #1 guy in the future.
He has pound-for-pound talent, but what I really like about Sam Noakes is body punching. He digs down to the body really nicely. His last couple of opponents he's put down to the canvas on body shots. If he can get the attention of Mason to the body, maybe he can holster those long arms, and we got something.
And of course, everyone who's been following Abdullah Mason's career knows Mason has been dropped twice in the first round, so that's got to give Noakes a little, hey, I can do it if he can do it. Put this guy down.
And look, Todd, earlier, right, we mentioned the January 24th fight, Raymond Rotaya, Andy Cruz title fight. Why not the winners against each other in a unification?
Hey, you know some powerful people, Mike. Maybe you can make that happen.
Maybe.
Thank you very much to the undefeated Sam Midge Noakes.
You didn't show us much. We were expecting to see some snapping there. What happened? Are you just trying to hide everything until Saturday?
No, I've not really got much to show, to be honest with you.
You've just done everything and now you're just giving us a glimpse, that's it?
Well, keeping it spicy and making sure you will tune in Saturday night, but yeah, we're nearly there now, so I don't need to be doing too much in here.
But just between you and I, forget about the guys up there.
It's easy.
We know that there's a lot of power behind those hands. There's a lot of wanting and desire. This is the first time that you get a chance for a title. Do we expect power, explosiveness?
Yeah, of course. I think the record speaks for itself, but I think we're going to get that from both guys, and I think that's probably why we're going to steal the show.
And that's what we're looking for. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me again.
And now let's welcome to the ring, from Cleveland, Ohio, USA. He is a Ring Magazine ambassador, undefeated with 19 wins. 17 of his 19 wins come by way of knockout. Ranked number 9 by Ring Magazine, he is the former NABF and WBO NABO champion. Let's welcome Abdullah Mason.
Abdullah Mason dressed like he's making the real ring walk right now. Gloves on, ready to bang it out. And if he wins on Saturday night, guys, he will become the youngest man to hold a widely recognized world title. He'll be 21 years and 207 days old. The WBO Super Welterweight champion and top-ranked stablemate Xander Zayas currently holds that honor. He is 23 years old.
And before that, it was Bam Rodriguez.
Once upon a time, it was David Benavidez in the main event.
Wasn't it also Devin Haney once upon a time?
Yeah, we got a bunch of young champions on this card.
How old were you when you won your first title, or your only title?
I was 28 years old, Todd. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah. Well, what is it about Abdullah Mason that has so many people high on him?
Everything. Everything.
Really?
I'm telling you right now, when you're watching him, I can't wait to watch him in person, but when I watch him on film, when I watch him on tape, when I watch his prior fights, incredible power, patience, discipline, long, strong, body punching. That's the main thing. You know I love body punching, Todd, but whenever you see it from a fighter that's, a tall, long fighter that should be on the outside, maintaining range, he loves fighting on the inside. He's mean. He slings his shots, and he's TV friendly. Everything.
Well, the WBO lightweight title, which he's fighting for Saturday night, was the first world title that Terrence Crawford captured on his way to the pound-for-pound list. So those could see it as a nice starting point for him.
Right. And Crawford went overseas, too. He went to Glasgow, Scotland, to defeat Ricky Burns for that title. You saw Mason. He just took off the Ring Magazine hoodie. He's one of the Ring Magazine ambassadors, so one fighter to watch for, and not that many guys have that title. And he's managed by music mogul James Prince, who, of course, guided Floyd Mayweather.
Sergio, it seems to me, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not the boxer, but the uglier the fight is, the better it is for Noakes. The prettier, the slicker, the more open it is, it's better for Mason.
Not necessarily. Mason likes to intercept in between the shots. We've seen that when he got dropped twice in an exciting gunslinging fight. He was looking for the shots while his opponent had him hurt. That's the type of excitement that he brings to the table, but he has the better timing. And whenever you're in a fist fight like that, in a slugfest, whoever has the best technique is ultimately going to win in the end, and Mason has that.
Abdullah, part of a fighting family. He's got 5 brothers, 3 older ones, Amir, Adel, and Abdurrahman, and 1 younger brother, Ibrahim, and they all fight trained by the father, Valiant Mason. So you had to fight every day around that house.
Yeah, and they fight out of Cleveland, Ohio. Obviously, you know, Don King, right? Don King, Ohio guy, Al Heyman, so rich boxing state.
But he signed with Bob Arum, your good friend, Mike, who called him one of the most electrifying fighters he's ever seen.
That's right, my good buddy.
Thank you very much to the undefeated Abdullah Mason.
Abdullah. Oh, he's not done.
Don't hurt yourself, Abdullah. Come on. He's rolling the dice, Mike.
Could you imagine?
Yes, I was imagining it just then.
No, let's not imagine that. Okay. That was a nice show of athleticism right there, and all eyes are on you. Obviously, you're looking to make history while you're following others' history, like Bud Crawford. This was his first title, and he actually had to go out of the country to find his first title. How do you feel following those footsteps?
It feels amazing. Right now, we just floating, man. We coming from Cleveland, and we bringing our titles back to Cleveland, Ohio. So we having fun with it, and I can't wait for Saturday.
What was that all about? Because we were like getting ready to go into the year. I was going to just make sure you didn't get hurt. What was that all about?
Just having a little bit of fun while we're here. You know, we do that inside the ring every time we step in here. You know, this is where I have fun at.
We look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next fighter to the ring, competing Saturday in a scheduled 12-round contest. It will be for the WBC, WBO, WBA, and Ring Magazine Super Flyweight Championships of the World. Let's welcome, from La Boca, Buenos Aires, Argentina. He is undefeated with 18 wins. 9 of his 18 wins come by way of knockout. Ranked #1 by Ring Magazine this Saturday, he will be the reigning and defending WBA Super Flyweight Champion of the World. Here is Fernando El Puma Martinez.
Puma Martinez, this guy, Sergio, comes to fight, and he will not take a step back. He's going to go right after Bam, is he not?
Hey, a proud Argentinian fighter with heavy hands, looking to get on the inside, loves hooking, left and right hooks. Everything comes around the guard. This is the type of fighter that's always looking to hurt you. Exciting fighter, but the good news is Bam is going to meet him in the inside as well. So we got a pressure fighter versus a pressure fighter with different styles and footwork.
That's right. You never hook with a hooker, right, Sergio?
I guess not.
Well, one thing we need to point out, Bam will not be here tonight. He will be there Saturday, don't worry. But right now, his wife is currently in labor. He is at the hotel corresponding with her on FaceTime. So we wish them the best of luck. Can't wait to hear the story about his newborn son on Saturday. But right now, all eyes on Puma. But it was Pumita for a while, Little Puma, but now he's just the big Puma, I assume.
Yes, Todd Jr. It's Pumita.
Pumita.
You know, I think it's kind of like, you know, it used to be Little Bow Wow, and then he was just Bow Wow.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
And then the pants slowly turned forward. That's when he went through puberty. Sergio, Argentinian fighters, there's Mexican style, then there's, to me, Argentinian style. What would you say are the differences between those?
Argentinians are stronger. They have heavier hands. They probably punch a little harder. They have a very muscular torso. You know, they like to make fights really physical. You know, Carlos Baldomir was a perfect example of that. You know, how strong he was on the inside. But they can be outboxed. That's the thing about them. Even though they have good feet, educated feet, they can be outboxed. But when it comes to Martinez, we see that he's really quick with his hands. He has quick feet. He's going to need that against Bam Rodriguez, who has the best footwork in boxing compared to Usyk.
And the trainer, or excuse me, the manager and promoter for Fernando Martinez is none other than Marcos Maidana. Mike.
Marcos Maidana, hell of a fighter. Some of the heaviest hands we've ever seen. I still remember when he got up from that first round knockdown against Amir Khan. I couldn't believe it. That was an incredible body shot he took.
Well, the fight against Adrian Broner, according to Robert Garcia, was the best night of his training career.
Look, I talk about strength with Argentinians. That's the one-handed push-ups. I don't know if you ever tried that. No, I've never been able to do it.
You can't do it.
No,
I've never been able to do that.
No, but you can look. You can tell this guy's no joke. You see the way he moves around the ring. He's light on his feet. His hands are pretty fast. I think Bam's in for a tough, tough night.
Sergio, what's the key to victory for Fernando against Bam Rodriguez? No one's been able to figure that puzzle out yet.
It's going to be a little bit of boxing, a little bit of fighting, but you can't get over aggressive with Bam Rodriguez. You've seen what happened to Carlos Cuadras when you get over aggressive. That's the thing. You got to sometimes let him come to you. Get on the back foot. So you got to be boxer, you got to be fighter, you got to blend the two. That's how you beat someone like Bam. You got to have a hybrid of both.
Look at that physique from Fernando Martinez. He looks angry too. Look at him. He wants to fight right now.
Yeah, and look, this guy's battle tested. He went over to Japan twice last year and defeated none other than Kazuto Ioka twice. So he's a road warrior, and I think he's ready to go. I think he has the style to beat Bam. I'm not picking him, but I think he has the style.
Thank you very much to the defending world champion, Fernando El Puma Martinez.
Well, we got a chance to see some serious workout right there. Would you consider this the best condition you've ever been in your career?
Pues te vimos ahí haciendo un workout así fuerte. ¿Piensas que estás en tus mejores condiciones en tu carrera boxística?
Estoy en mis mejores condiciones, con máxima experiencia. La verdad que me siento muy bien y para hacer historia para toda la Argentina.
Yeah, I feel great. You know, I feel like I'm in my best moment in terms of my physical attributes at the moment, also in terms of my experience, and I'm ready to make history for Argentina.
We did not get a chance to see you doing any exchange with Calabrese, who's been with you since you were 14 years old, but can you give us an idea of what changed looking to face Bam Rodriguez this weekend?
Sí, no te vemos como hace mucho de boxeo, pero obviamente tenemos Calabrese, tu entrenadora, llevan 14 años juntos, pero ¿qué cambios que hay que hacer el sábado en la pelea con Bam Rodríguez?
Ser un poco más inteligente, fijarse cuando hay que fajarse, cuando no, cuando hay que boxear, pero venimos muy bien entrenados para hacer guerra, así que estamos muy bien confiados. Y bueno, saludo para toda la Argentina, para mi mamá, para mi señora Micaela, Elunei, Alma, mis hijas, para todos mis hermanos. Los amo. Aguanta Argentina, muchísimas gracias. Arabia y bueno, agradecerle al Turqui por esta gran velada histórica que se va a hacer, a Luisito de Cuba Jr., a Heimo, bueno, mi promotora Chino Maidana Promotion, así que muchísimas gracias.
Yeah, so first I want to say, you know, I think in the fight what I need to do is I need to be a little bit more intelligent. I need to have a tear-up when I need to have a tear-up. But as I said, I've come here now prepared for a war. We're very confident. I feel like we're going to go into this fight and do our best. I want to say thanks to a lot of people as well here. I want to say thanks to Saudi Arabia, to Turkey Al Sheikh, to Al Heyman, to Luisito de Cuba. I want to say also hello to all the people back home in Argentina, to my mom, to my wife, Nika, to my daughters, to my brothers. I love you all. And I want to say thanks again to Turkey for putting on such a great historic card here in Saudi Arabia.
Thank you very much. Good luck on Saturday.
Muchas gracias y toda la suerte para el sábado.
By the way, Shout out to our translator, Kieran, who does a magnificent job. He speaks better Spanish than you do, Sergio.
Well, he gets paid for it, but yeah, he's probably the best in the game right now.
A reminder that Ring 4 Fight Night of Champions is available to buy now at DAZN.com. But this event is included as part of our Ultimate Package, a new subscription offer that includes over 180 fight nights and a minimum of 12 pay-per-view events for one annual fee. With so many mega cards set to be announced in 2026, this is the best value for money package for the ultimate boxing fan.
Yeah, and then Todd, of course, after this, we have a big one next month, part of the package, December 27th, right here in Riyadh. Night of the Samurai, they're calling it, because there's all Japanese fighters. Naoya Inoue, Junso Nakatani, and even Kenshiro Taraji.
Arigato for bringing that up, Mike. Back down to Thomas.
Our next two fighters competing Saturday in a scheduled 12-round contest, and it will be for the WBO Welterweight Championship of the World. Let's first welcome the challenger from Oakland, California, USA. He is undefeated with 32 wins. 15 of his 32 wins come by way of knockout. He is the former undisputed lightweight world champion and former WBC super lightweight world champion. Let's welcome Devin the Dream Haney.
Devin Haney, a man that seeks out, it seems, Sergio, the toughest, biggest names out there, and he just finds a way to win.
Just look at his resume. That would explain it itself. I mean, the man right there has had a dream career so far, undefeated, has faced adversity with Ryan Garcia, but he picked himself up from the canvas, showed heart, showed that he can still try to win and keep that undefeated record, which he did. And he also knows how to outbox fighters that are supposed to test him, like Regis Prograis in a masterclass. So what are we going to see against one of the hardest punchers, if not the hardest puncher at welterweight? A boxing lesson, or is he going to have to fight off Norman?
Look, Devin Haney, I think it's a bad rap, you know. Yes, the Jose Ramirez fight was tactical, but he's been in a lot of exciting fights, too. The Vasily Lomachenko fight was a thriller, so I do think he's more than capable of fighting him off.
Okay, Mike, but I'm going to play the devil's advocate. Just like Norman Jr. said, Loma was older, Loma was smaller. We're dealing with a man in Haney that's moving up in weight division, a new weight division, against one of the hardest punchers. How do you beat one of the hardest punchers in the game when you're a new welterweight?
I think you do it by using your feet, using your skills, turning Norman when he has him on the ropes, and just being the smarter fighter in there.
Listen, if there's a kryptonite to Devin Haney, at least on film, it's the left hook. Garcia caught him with 3 big ones and he went down. Brian Norman's got a hell of a left hook too. It picked him up the knockout of the year over in Japan.
Yeah, but he also got rocked by a right hand by Linares, so it's a right or a left. We've seen him rock before, and if this man, Brian Norman Jr., just glancing you or tips you on the chin, it's gonna be bad news.
But that's if it can catch him. Jose Ramirez only landed 30 punches, I think, in their fight in New York.
Yeah, I was ringside for that fight, Todd. He was punching at air. So, look, again, Brian Norman, props to him. Explosive knockouts in title fights against Jin Sasaki, against Giovanni Santin. Devin Haney is levels and levels above those guys.
Thank you very much to the undefeated challenger, Devin the Dream Haney.
Well, that was a good display. How excited are you? You're just a few days away. Anything new between yesterday and today?
Yeah, I mean, alhamdulillah, I'm happy to be here. Nothing has changed. It's all business. You know, I thank Allah for this opportunity, and now it's just time for me to do work.
We saw a little bit of your speed. We saw a little bit of that footwork. Is this a glimpse of what we're going to see on Saturday?
Yeah, you know, I'm going there and put on a great performance, you know, show how great I really am, and become champion again, inshallah.
And we saw that you're definitely looking good and healthy, and for that, I just got to talk to Mr. Haney here. It's a pleasure to have you here, and I know that you always work with Devin in the best condition and always making sure he's on point. Was there anything different looking at a higher division?
They're in trouble. They're in trouble. You're going to see a whole different Devin. He's on a different level, and you're going to see It's nothing else to talk about.
No more words.
Nothing.
Just throw hands.
They're in trouble.
There you go. Thank you very much. Best of luck on Saturday. Best of luck. Thank you.
I've never heard Bill Haney not talk when he's been given a microphone in front of him. I've never heard him shut himself up.
I've heard him cuss you out before.
That's right. That was classic. You must be jet lagged, Todd. Maybe
yeah,
that's what it is.
Wrong. We're going to hear from Devin Haney in just a minute. He's going to come up here and join us. But right now, back down to Thomas.
And now let's welcome the defending champion from Decatur, Georgia, USA. He is undefeated with 28 wins. 22 of his 28 wins come by way of knockout. Ranked #1 by Ring Magazine this Saturday, the reigning and defending WBO welterweight champion of the world, known as the Assassin 2, Brian Norman Jr.
Sergio, you said this guy's the heaviest hitter at 147 pounds. Is a fighter like this just born with that kind of power, or is it in his technique?
That's $1 million question, but yes, you're born with power. Technique helps, but you can't teach it. No matter how many weights you lift, no matter how, any workout you do, you're born with it. And that man right there from down south, he has that in him. But power is not everything. Power is not everything, because this man that's coming to the stage right now, Devin Haney, has faced, what's up, champ? He's faced power before, and when it comes to power, technique and speed and game plan beats just that.
And yes, joining us here on set in studio is the dream himself, Devin Haney. Your father said this training camp, you took it to a whole new level. What did he mean by that?
Yeah, I mean, I was very motivated this fight. I know how, good Brian Norman is. I know how hungry he is. So for this training camp, I had to just, take it up a few notches and really push myself.
And look, Devin, I give you a lot of credit, right? Because you don't duck any challenges. A lot of guys, we saw Boots Ennis, right? He needed a tune-up fight at 154. Not you. First fight at 147, fighting the top guy in the ring rankings.
Yeah, no, I mean, no disrespect to nobody, but I don't believe in tune-up fights. I want to fight the best fighters in the world. I want to prove myself. I want to become champion again, and I want to get back on the throne, back on the pound-for-pound list where I once was.
How do you do that, Haney? I mean, do you have to box for 12 rounds? Do you have to fight them? A little bit of both? Is it going to be the jab the main weapon? What is it going to be?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I look to bring out my whole arsenal. I want to show that I can box. I want to show I can fight on the inside. I want to show everything. I want to show everything that Devin Haney is made of, and just show that experience really matters, and how great I really am.
In your face-off special on DAZN with Brian Norman, you said he's just another guy, nothing special. Do you really believe that he's just another fighter on the list, or?
No, I think that he's a good fighter. I take nothing away from him. I think that he's a really good fighter, and I think that he's just gonna bring the best out of me.
Do you fear his power?
No, I don't fear no one or nothing but Allah.
Devin, you said yesterday, right, that when you're sparring, you feel a lot better, you're more aggressive, you have more power because you're not weight drains. And I've seen you, right? I would mention that when I was with you at the Ryan Garcia fight. You were wobbly at the press conference, and I've seen you spar a lot, and you are aggressive. Do you think Brian Norman's going to feel your power, too?
Yeah, I mean, I think Brian Norman will definitely feel my power. But I think what really separates me in this fight is my skill set and my experience. I think at the top, everybody can punch hard. Everybody can, can punch. But I think that he will see something that he's never seen before on fight night.
All right, Devin, thanks for this time, and good luck to you on Saturday.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Devin, the Dream Haney. And now we get to send it back down into the ring as Brian Norman Jr. has just wrapped up. He's with Claudia.
I know I'm tiny. I get lost in the crowd, but it's okay. It's your time. How does it feel to have all these lights shining on you?
Hey, this is what I put the work in for. This is what I was made for. Shoot, this is just my territory right here.
And I see you're getting a little bit warmer and a little bit more cozier, because you were kind of dry with me yesterday, and today you're posing for the cameras. What's up with that? I can't believe you were so dry, and today, look at the cameras were all over you. What happened between yesterday and today?
Shoot, we're getting closer to the fight time. I'm getting more and more excited because I'm at that time, and I'm ready for that.
So by Saturday, I expect all smiles?
Something like that.
And power?
Something like that.
All righty then. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I hated that words. My grandma didn't even believe in me. I kept going.
Ladies and gentlemen, our highly anticipated main event this Saturday is scheduled for 12 rounds. It will be for the WBC and WBA light heavyweight championships of the world. Let's first welcome the challenger. Coming to us from London, England, he brings a professional record of 27 wins, 3 defeats. 24 of his 27 wins come by way of knockout. Ranked number 4 by Ring Magazine, he is a former 2-time world title challenger. Here is Anthony, the Beast from the East, Yarde.
Well, Sergio, you think he's got a real chance to win this fight. Las Vegas couldn't disagree with you more. He's a 10-1 underdog. What do you see that they don't?
I see a lot that they don't. And you know what? Normally I'm with the odds makers, but that's ridiculous. Those odds are ridiculous. This man right here has power. He's been in there against power punchers. They have the same amount of fights. Him and Benavidez, he has a higher knockout ratio. So the fact that he's a bigger man, the fact that he's a bigger puncher, the fact that he's 0-2 in title fights, it's the third time. That's it.
Bernard Hopkins won his world title on his third try.
That's what I'm trying to say. So look, there's only a certain amount of championship fights fighters have. So it's do or die for him, all that, back against the rope. It's a perfect time for this guy to do something special against a monster, a Mexican monster like David Benavidez.
Yeah, Beast from the East. I thought that was Bam Bam Bigelow's nickname, Todd. Another guy that didn't really win the big one. So he's going to try to get over the hump. I think he's learned a lot, though, from those 2 fights. Sergey Kovalev and Benavidez are massive punchers, and Benavidez probably doesn't even punch as well as those guys, so he can take the power, but can he deliver it?
I saw a great stat earlier today doing my research. We saw Anthony Yarde fade late in those losses to Benavidez and Kovalev. In his last fight against Lyndon Arthur in rounds 11 and 12, he threw more punches than any rounds previous in that fight. That shows me that he's in better shape than ever. Sergio, he's kind of figured out how to close strong. That could prove to be the winning formula for Saturday night.
Anthony Yarde got a late start to boxing. He didn't have a big or wide amateur pedigree. So this is a man that's really learning on the job on the championship level, though. So he's hurting fighters that are accustomed to doing the hurting, like Benavidez, like Kovalev, and others. Lyndon Arthur's a different story. He just is a bad style matchup for a style like Yarde, but he ended up knocking him out after 3 fights as well. So he's smart, he works hard, he's a bigger fighter, he's a stronger fighter, and it's time for him to shine on Saturday.
Anthony Yarde, afraid of no man. Kind of like Devin Haney, Anthony Yarde taking these fights. No one said, you're not ready for Kovalev. He said, I want Kovalev. You don't want to go anywhere near Benavidez, especially in Russia. He said, take me there. That's what this guy wants to do. That's what he's got a chance to do here against David Benavidez, who's on almost everybody's pound-for-pound list.
Yeah, and I don't think, Todd, that you can overstate just how close he was to finishing off both Kovalev and Benavidez. I mean, Kovalev was like 2 more punches away from being put to sleep.
Sergio, what's it going to take for him to beat Benavidez?
The left hook. It's going to be a left hook. And he has to exchange with Benavidez because he's a stronger puncher, but he's not faster. He doesn't have faster hands than Benavidez. He doesn't have the explosiveness of Benavidez. So in order to compete with that speed, you got to intercept that speed. And he has a mean left hook.
And you know, he's got a little bit of a Derek Chisora vibe to him because he always looks tired. He always looks like he could be knocked out at any second, and then all of a sudden he comes back to life.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think you're right. I think he's going to have a better gas tank this time. When I spoke to him recently, he said he learned a lot from those 2 experiences against Benavidez and Kovalev, and I think he's going to pace himself better in this fight.
Look, power punchers, real power punchers like Yarde, like Kovalev and others, they're not made for the distance. They're accustomed to taking guys out early. So whenever they get to the later rounds, the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, of course they start gassing out because they're not. It's unknown territory to them. But now it's not unknown for Yarde. He's been there. He's done that. He's gone through the fire. He's learned from that fire. So hopefully that experience pays off.
Anthony Yarde will the 3rd time be the charm. as he gets a shot at a light heavyweight world championship here in Riyadh.
Thank you very much to the challenger, Anthony, the Beast from the East, Yarde.
Ring 4 Night of Champions available for purchase now at DAZN.com. This event included in the ultimate package, 12 or more pay-per-views guaranteed, including 180 fight nights a year, 1 subscription. Mike, here's your chance to be a shill. Tell them what they can learn with this ultimate package.
Well, they're going to get to see David Benavidez and Anthony Yarde, of course, Todd, on Saturday. And the word co-main is thrown around too much, but I think Devin Haney and Brian Norman is a true co-main. It could be a main event on any show in the U.S.
Bam Rodriguez, Puma, Martinez, Sergio, that one could steal the show.
I think it will steal the show. Brian Norman, that's a favorite, though. Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney, I think that's the fight that everyone's expecting. But look, I'm telling you right now, Mason and Noakes is going to be exciting. This is a stacked card from beginning to end.
We're going to be speaking to Anthony Yarde here in just a moment, right after David Benavidez makes his walk to the ring for his open workout.
And now let's welcome to the ring from Phoenix, Arizona, USA. He is undefeated with 30 wins. 24 of his 30 wins come by way of knockout. Ranked number 2 by Ring Magazine, he is the former WBC super middleweight world champion. And this Saturday, the reigning and defending WBC and WBA light heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Mexican Monster, David Benavidez.
The Mexican Monster, Sergio, he's been in with some fantastic fighters, but in your opinion, is Anthony Yarde going to put up the biggest test of his career?
Well, you're looking at another monster there. I mean, look, I like sizing fighters up, and I've sized up Benavidez yesterday, and I'm sizing up Yarde right now. You could definitely see who the natural light heavyweight fighter is. Benavidez has the speed. This man has the power. This is the reason. This is the fight everyone's looking forward to.
Anthony Yarde joining us on stage now. By the way, Sergio was talking a lot of shit about you a while ago. Now he's being a nice guy. Did you hear how nice he is right now? Anthony, how does this preparation compare to your fights against Beterbiev and Kovalev? I mean, you were certainly probably a lot more nervous back then. You've been through those wars now. Does this feel different to you?
No, I don't know why. I actually don't know why, but I don't really get nervous for my fights, especially when I made it to a certain level. Even when I went out to Russia, there was just no nerves. Some people say, like you're crazy or that's weird. I think it's because where I come from, even the level I've made it to already, it's like, it's all just pluses. I can't explain it, but even to be here for the 3rd time, fighting someone, you know, like David Benavidez, on an occasion like this, amazing.
How do you beat a fighter like Benavidez? Do you have to exchange with him? Are you going to
land on his chin?
Oh, I know that. But you can box as well. We're accustomed to seeing Benavidez in the front foot. I've seen you move laterally, move backwards, and of course, you know, going forward, looking for the knockout. Are you going to have to do a little bit of both to beat the monster?
I feel like we have to just wait and see.
Come on, give us something.
No, it's not that I'm not giving you nothing. It's one of them things where you only know one shot in front of somebody. I can say anything to you. I can lie and try to sell the fight. I think what sells this fight naturally and organically is the fact that people have seen us both fight. People know our styles. People know how I approach my career. Like, I approach it like a professional, and on occasions like this, you see the best of me. So I feel like stylistically, it's inevitable you're going to get a clash because he likes to come forward, I like to come forward. I like to look for a knockout victory, he likes to look for a knockout victory. I just feel like it's a clash. I'm a natural light heavyweight, been a light heavyweight my whole career. He's moved up. He's trying to conquer and do whatever he wants to do in his career, and I need to become world champion. I'm going to become world champion, so it's just one of them clashes.
3rd time's the charm for that world championship.
Yeah, and you're a real war warrior, right? You're fighting Benavidez here in Riyadh on Saturday. You fought Kovalev in Russia. What do you visualize when you look, when you think about Saturday night? What do you visualize?
Getting the victory. That's all that's on my mind. How it happens, we don't know. But this fight just feels right. I can't explain it, but everything, the way it's all happened, the occasion, it just seems like it's right, like a fruit.
I need to apologize for the bad language. I was the guilty party, by the way. Hopefully my mom's not watching. Correct me if I'm wrong. We were talking about this earlier. I feel like you've now found a second win, so to speak. You're closing fights stronger. Earlier in your career, maybe a little criticism that you were running out of gas. Is that a fair assessment?
Fair. I take all of my criticisms. I take all of them because I thought that's the only way you can grow. Some people don't like to get criticism. I thought that the only time there's going to be criticism is when there's a fault there in someone's eyes. You know, even Roy Jones Jr., he got criticized in his prime. Mike Tyson, you know, he went the distance one time. He started getting criticized. And then you got people like myself, you know. I can honestly look back at my fights, look at certain situations and say, I could be better there, I could be better there. But it's all about progression.
And then, of course, Anthony, you know, the fight's going to be around 5 a.m. here in Riyadh. But that means that you're going to have a chance to show the U.S. audience what you can do in the ring. It's going to be around 9 p.m. East Coast time, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. What do you want to show the American boxing fans?
Well, with all my fights, I want to impress. I want to be entertaining. That's just my style. That's the reason I got into boxing. Mike Tyson was a big inspiration for me. And, you know, before I knew about boxing, I don't know nothing about weight classes. All I saw was a small guy knocking at these big guys. Entertainment, pure entertainment. So when I got into boxing, I wanted that same flair. You know, I started boxing late. I had 12 amateur fights. I started boxing, learning how to box when I was 18. Had my first ever amateur fight just before I turned 20. And it's all been very, very quick. But my mindset is, you know, if you're behind, you need to work harder. And I feel like that's why I've made it to this level.
We're looking at Benavidez on the pads right now.
He's looking sharp. He's looking sharp.
I was going to say, you've been with the best of the best. I know you'll know a lot more once you fight him, but in your opinion, from what you've seen, where does he rank amongst your toughest opponents?
Within the top 3, definitely. You know, it's the world champions. It's they're world champions for a reason. You know, even when people ask me to rate Beterbiev and rate Kovalev, it's like you can't do that because they're different stylistically. I fought them at different times. You know, I fought Kovalev when I was an 18-fight prospect, you know, and I've done it in Russia. And then Beterbiev, you know, I had a bit more experience, so you saw a better performance from me. But at the time, Beterbiev was, you know, this wrecking ball, undefeated, 18 fights, 18 wins, 18 knockouts, and I still pushed him and gave him his hardest test at that time. So I'm a confident person. I feel like I can beat anybody. There's just little tweaks I need to make, and we'll see Saturday.
All right, well, good luck to you. Thanks for the time, Anthony.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you. And now let's go into the ring, as Claudia is about to speak to the Mexican monster, David Benavidez.
We're just waiting for a few minutes because he's taking pictures. Oh, yeah. It's okay. Hazte. Vente pa acá. That was a nice workout. And look at this. You get a chance to actually shadow box with your own son right here. How's this experience different? Oh, and your baby girl right there. Look at that. How is this experience different for you?
Oh, it feels really good. I'm really excited, really happy to be here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, able to perform for the beautiful people of Riyadh. And I'm just happy to be here. You know, I'm very blessed. I'm happy to be here with my family, and we're looking forward to give you guys a good show this Saturday.
All eyes are on you. You're the man that has the crosshairs. You've been here before. But is there anything different? Does this feel different just because you're facing somebody that has also a very hard punching hand?
No, I've faced fighters that have that have a lot of power. I've faced fighters that are really motivated, and Anthony Yarde is another fighter like that. So this is something that I've seen before, but it's motivated me a lot. You know, I've worked extremely hard in my training camp. As you guys can see, I'm 100% ready. I'm already at weight, and I'm still moving like this. So imagine when I rehydrate all the way up to 190. So I'm very excited, very ready to give you guys a good show.
We're looking forward to that. And I have to take this opportunity to talk to Don Jose Benavidez, if you don't mind. Hi, baby girl. You are just as busy as your son with a lot of weight. You have 3 fighters in a card. How do you pull that off? How many hats do you have to put on and put off?
Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody here from Saudi for the opportunity. We're super excited to be here. We're going to give you guys a great show. David, the Mexican Monster, is going to put a great show, a spectacular show, and we can't wait for Saturday.
And then being in so many fights, how do you focus? How do you stay on point?
Well, David gives me a lot of confidence because he works really hard. He's super motivated. Right now, the sky's the limit, and he gives me all that confidence in the world to beat anyone right now. At 175, cruiserweight, he's the best right now.
And you know what they say, a family that fights together stays together. So best of luck. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Le quiero mandar un saludo a toda mi raza de los Estados Unidos, toda la raza de México, toda la gente que me apoya. Muchas gracias. Y sábado te voy a dar una pelea muy buena.
I don't think you need a translation for that, but thank you.
No, it's just I want to give a big shout out to the people of Saudi Arabia, everybody here in Riyadh, Turkey Al Sheikh, Ring Magazine, Dazn, Premier Boxing Champions, all you guys. I love you guys, and thank you guys for making this possible. And we're going to give you guys a great show this Saturday.
Alrighty then, back to you, Todd.
By the way, Dazn is the Spanish translation of DAZN, right, Sergio?
No, Todd.
Well, we have the best athletes on display Saturday night here in Riyadh. DAZN, the undisputed home of boxing, but also some of the best female athletes on display on DAZN as well.
We're not just competing, we're inventing, pushing the boundaries of stamina and speed. We're taking the titles, the big money, and writing history. How you like that? From new challengers to certified legends.
Oh, how about that?
This is where you watch. We're not here to play games. DAZN Women's Sports.
Well, the Ring and DAZN deliver a spectacular card this Saturday. The main event, David Benavidez and Anthony Yarde. We return to the Kingdom December 27th for Ring 5, Night of the Samurai. Undisputed super bantamweight king Naoya Inoue puts all his titles on the line against the undefeated Mexican Alan Picasso. And then the females bring in the heat in the new year. Amanda Serrano, Erica Cruz running it back in Puerto Rico January 3rd. And on January 24th, future heavyweight star Moses Itamwa faces former world title challenger Jermaine Franklin in the Magnificent Seven. Which one of these two lions will leave Wembley as the face of English boxing? It's over! There's no way back from this! Let's make history! Nothing comes close to what we are witnessing here. The big left hand, unbelievable!
Is Itamwa the heir apparent? It's the biggest win of his professional life.
Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury lock horns all over again. And he's just done it! Round one, destruction! He's out on his feet, they stop the fight! Virgil Ortiz just like that!
These shots are really sweet from Stevenson.
No love lost between these two.
Easy. But I'm gonna show the world I'm the best in the world. I got something for you.
Dimitri Bivol, Artur Beterbiev, the undisputed light heavyweight champion, and seal his place in history.
Indeed, DAZN is the ultimate home for boxing, and Riyadh, the ultimate fighting destination, has certainly become that. Guys, our final thoughts. How about the two athletes we got to speak to up here on the stage? We'll start with Anthony Yarde. Your impressions?
I'm impressed. I mean, wow. I mean, he's selling his own fight. I love hearing what he's saying. He's saying all the right things. We know he's a puncher. He's one of the biggest punchers in boxing. But I like the fact that he's intelligent about it. He's enjoying the show. He feels like he belongs. The championship experience that he picked up from Kovalev and Beterbiev, now it's time to pay off.
As for Devin Haney, he says he'll be better than ever at 147 pounds.
I believe that, Todd. You see how big Devin Haney is standing next to us, standing next to a former 154-pound champion in Sergio Mora. So Devin Haney's a big guy. The weight cuts kill him. I think he's going to be better at 147, and he's going to show off that ring IQ on Saturday.
All right, that will be Saturday night, coming to you live here on DAZN. As for tomorrow, we're back right here at Boulevard City for the press conference. I'll be hosting that as we hear exclusively from all of the fighters on Saturday's card. Until then, so long for Mike Coppinger, Sergio Mora, and Claudio Trejos. I'm Todd Grisham. We'll see you at 2100 Saudi Arabian time tomorrow night.
Live only on DAZN, November 22nd. The Ring 4. In boxing, gold is everything. And on this night, every fight feels like a main event. David Benavidez, the undefeated Mexican monster, defends against Anthony Yarde, London's heavy hitter, a warrior who's gone toe-to-toe with the best and has the power to end anyone's night early. But the action doesn't stop there. Devin Haney, a two-weight undisputed king, chases history in yet another division versus Brian Norman Jr., the undefeated champ. While Bam looks to unify more of his division if he can break Fernando Martinez. Plus, Abdullah Mason and Sam Noakes clash at lightweight for the WBO title. This is more than a fight night. It's 4 world titles in 4 different divisions. It's the night of the champions. The Ring 4, November 22nd. Watch only on DAZN.
Don't miss the biggest night in MMA. EFL is more than a fight.
To score a goal like that, you could see what it meant to me personally.
Just all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my!
Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
Fight Week on DAZN is non-stop action. Access all areas of the biggest fights, even before the bell rings.
I hope you guys enjoy this fight as much as I